Pedro Pascal is completely hot right now. Two of the hottest shows on TV at the same time. Of course, Mandalorian is running. We've got Last of Us. We're going to talk about the new episode of Last of Us a little bit later in the show here today. But as a star, he has to walk the red carpet a lot. And I'll tell you what, when I started running things over at AMC Theaters, and I started running the online stuff, and one of the big thrills for me was when we first got our first red carpet invitation. That I was going to be there on the red carpet talking to all the stars as they walk down the red carpet for their event and all that kind of stuff. I've seen it on TV. It looks so glamorous. It looks so great. It is an effing dog and pony show. It is a cluster F of the highest magnitude. Yeah. I freaking hate red carpet. You had to do a couple.
There was a period where I'm like, it's so strange that Dennis is training me for this, but he never wants to come along. He's just like really being magnanimous about this. Like, you go do it. And then I realized now I get it.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, Dennis is so nice. No, Dennis was playing you. All right, let's be clear. They're so nice, and so I started. That's why some of the other stuff, when I started letting some of the other stuff, no, you go cover the red carpet. They were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Really, I was
then we never saw them again.
And then everything just disappeared. I remember this one time, what's her name? Katy Perry. Katy Perry had a documentary out about an album she had coming out. Can't remember exactly what it was called or whatever. And the studio did a big red carpet. One of the big studios was behind too. They did a big red carpet premiere for it at the Chinese theater. And so we go to it. It was 116 degrees in Hollywood.
Oh,
heck yeah, man.
They did the premiere in the middle of the frickin' afternoon. And Dennis went with me. And me and Dennis, this is how bad it was. I have darkish hair. I couldn't put my hand on my hair because it burned. They had no water and they were running like an hour late. And then finally I said, we're out. And me and Dennis, we just split.
Yeah.
And they're like, the studio reps, like, you can't just leave. I'm like, watch me. You guys have us out. You didn't put up any shade. You got us standing out in like 116 degree heat. You're not giving us anything to drink. And you expect us to just stand here? F that. And we left. I hated red carpets and I stopped doing them because they're terrible. And here's the other thing. I just couldn't handle the stupidity of the people around us. Because, like, and I get it. Listen, nobody cares about red carpet interviews. Nobody cares. We would put up red carpet interviews with me talking to Chris Evans, or me talking to Denzel Washington, or me talking to James Cameron, or me talking to Robert Downey Jr. Nobody watched them because nobody cared. So I get it. Some of these outlets, they would do these stupid things. I brought my dogs. Dead serious. I brought my dogs. Can we have you say, welcome to KTLA? And by the way, KTLA didn't do this. I'm just throwing that out.
Right.
Welcome to KTLA. Well, you're holding my, like, just stupid stuff. But I get it. They were trying to do something that made their red carpet interviews stand out because red carpet interviews are boring and stupid and nobody wanted to do them. All these red carpet people you see online doing the big celebrity, none of them want to be there. The stars don't want to be there. The interviewers don't want to be there. Nobody wants to be there. Anyway, with all that's the underpinning for this story about Pedro Pascal. Because Pedro Pascal is doing a red carpet, I believe it was for the Mandalorian debut, right, this season. And he's going down the carpet, and Access Hollywood. And again, I'm saying this, I get it that nobody cares about red carpet interviews. Everybody's trying to figure out a way to make theirs stand out or be a little bit different. So the Access Hollywood they collect all these like dirty tweets that people wrote about Pedro Pascal. And like they ask him to read them in his Mandalorian voice, which is
dance monkey.
Just so disrespectful and so stupid. And you just put like, because like when you're doing like hot ones, right? The person coming in to do hot ones knows what they're coming in for. They can prep for it, blah, blah. This guy's just here to celebrate the opening of Sing. He's going down this carpet talking to 55 other monkeys and just wants to get in, go into the car. And You just hit him out of nowhere. Do this, dance monkey, like read these things. And Pedro Pascal said no. Now this comes from IndieWire. This is the way they report it. They said, in a moment that quickly went viral, Pedro Pascal was approached by a reporter for Access Hollywood, who presented the actor with a list of sexy tweets about him and asked him to read them out loud. Pascal declined to do so and declined to name his favorite, saying that the tweets were too dirty. And this, I think, just highlight, number one, tells me what a classy guy Pedro Pascal is. Not only because he said, no, I'm not going to do that, but he didn't blast Access Hollywood. He just, no, hey, these are great, blah, blah, blah. And so he's very classy about it. So number one, it tells me about how classy Pedro is. And number two, and I don't want to just pick on Access Hollywood because again, they're not the only ones who do stuff like this. The stuff that Jonathan and Dennis and I and Roth and everything saw some of these outlets do on the red carpet were just obscenely stupid. And it really makes me wonder if they should even do red carpets anymore. Now, I'm not saying don't have a premiere, don't have a red carpet with photographers to show the people walking down, but these red carpet interviews, I just wonder if they should just pull the plug on them, because you just have these outlets putting celebrities on the spot doing really, really stupid stuff like this. And nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to be there. And most importantly, the audience doesn't like watching them. Nobody cares. It's interesting seeing the photographs. So yeah, have the photo people there, but I don't know. Chris, I'm curious, in all your time in this business, like you were NerdWire and others, did you ever cover a red carpet? And have you ever seen anything like this? And what do you think about Pedro Pascal's reaction to this?
I usually didn't. The Holly Scoop gals were the ones who did most of that stuff.
That sounds delightful.
Good old Holly Scoop. Yeah. They did all of that. And then every now and then I would just kind of give them like a little quick blurb if they were going to do like an X-Men related thing. I'd be like, oh, if you have any questions, just let me know. I got your nerd information if you need to ask any questions
They're like,
in this
no,
field.
we're good.
They're like, we're fine. We're good. They all were actually really, really nice, though. All the girls over there were super, super sweet. I was honestly surprised, though, because I had a very, like, internalized idea of what, like, the Hollywood access-y kind of reporter was, and they all were delightful. But yeah, I think he handled this so beautifully, honestly, because it's an awkward thing to do. And I do want to just address, like, yes, there are things like reading mean tweets or thirst trap tweets, right? For specific things that like BuzzFeed or other outlets will put out. But the actors already know that that's what they're in for that day.
Yes, they're prepared for it.
And he's on a Disney red carpet for the most part. This show is pretty family friendly. There's another interview going around where he gets distracted because he goes, ooh, someone was swearing behind me. That's not very Disney. Okay. And so he handles all these things, I think, with a lot of grace and everything. It's so uncomfortable, and he already does do some moments too where he's like, yeah, sure, I'm the internet's slutty daddy, or he has the lie detector test where he says like, yeah, he's the internet's daddy. But when you're put on the spot and you're told to read things that people have said about you that's objectifying you, that has to be incredibly, incredibly awkward. I've seen the comment section. Sometimes people are very out of line, and it's really off-putting to have to react to that in the moment. So I think doing the whole like, no, dirty was a great way to handle this. And I think so often it's so inappropriate how we do talk to these celebrities on the red carpet in general. We've seen it before with awards shows of, hey, you look great. Any man would want to take you home tonight is something someone actually said to Taylor Swift. And she was like, I'm not going home with any men tonight.
And they thought they were being charming.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just really, really out of line.
Just any man? Thanks.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing that happens. And I understand that with live stuff, I've definitely put my foot in my mouth on this show before, but it seems like you get so objectified and treated just like you're just, I don't know, a meat suit in a dress or in a suit that they get to ask anything. It feels very uncomfortable. I love an actor interview. I don't love these.
Again, I think it goes back to exactly what you're pointing out. It's one thing if you're saying, hey, can you come in and when we interview you next week and we want to do this little bit where you're reading these tweets. I mean, then they're prepared for it. They know what they're doing. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? How do you feel Pedro done it? Do you feel that maybe Pedro, hey, listen, just play along. You should have just done it. Or are you thinking, yeah, the red carpet stuff is getting out of line? I personally feel they should just take all press other than photographers off the red carpet, to be honest with you. But whatever, that's just me. However you guys feel about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I made the switch over to Mint Mobile a while ago. The process couldn't have been easier, and I can't believe that I am spending less than a third of what I was spending on one of the other major carriers before. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.